Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm going to talk about my second out of body experience. It occurred maybe a couple of weeks after the first one. This time, however, my room was dark, so I could kind of see what was going on in the room. But this particular time, all the lights were out, no television, no computer, whatever. So I again go through the whole sleep paralysis thing. I'm still awake and I am feeling like, that sleep paralysis feeling start coming on. I'll allow it to happen because that's my particular gateway on how I come out of my body. And so I can't move. I'm thinking, think up, think out, think up, think up. I'm thinking up and out. And again, the same thing occurs with the wind in the ears, like that loud whoosh sound. The sights of like I'm moving through stars really quickly, like that Star Trek kind of, you know. And because my lights weren't on, I found it a little bit more difficult to see, but I could still, make everything out. So I come out of my body this time. I'm not quite on my back. I'm actually right side up, so I can actually see ahead as opposed to up. And I start thinking immediately, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna move, I'm gonna need to learn this quickly. So think left. And I thought to the left, and I very slowly moved left. And then I thought right, and then I slowly moved to the right. And then I moved forward after thinking forward. But again, it was relatively slowly. And I mean slow, but I did move. Move forward towards the door, and all of a sudden I got this fear. I was afraid that of what was on the other side. And so I was kind of scared to go to open the door or to go through the door in this case, um, because I was afraid of what was going to be on the other side. Any other time, you just open your damn bedroom door and you can get out. But in this case, there was an immense amount of fear. And the fear of leaving the door again was a lot more immense than me and my physical body because it just was. And so I took the opportunity, even though I was afraid to go out the door. I wanted to look at myself, at least to some degree, not the physical. I wanted to know what I looked like in that second form. Of course, it was dark. However, I could see this dark black, like energy, um, like cloudy, like tendrils. And I know I'm saying like and like and like, but it is it's the best way I can describe it. It was tendrils, like tentacle type things that were like a dark energy field, um, cloudy, dark field. And I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what I saw. And oddly enough, I wasn't afraid of myself. However, I didn't want to look in the mirror because if that's what I was seeing, I don't know, you know. So again, I was afraid to move out of the door, and eventually I just went back into my body, and that was that experience. Um, Now, the fact that I did not look in the mirror, there was a reason behind that, and I'm pretty sure it stuck in my subconscious. When I was very first trying to astral project, and I know a lot of us, we use those terms out of body experiences, near death experiences, um, and astral projection are kind of the same thing. So it was years before my first out of body experience, and I was trying to figure out how people can astral project. So I looked at a YouTube video. I don't remember the name. It was, oh my God, very long time ago. And that particular person gave some insight into how to come out. So the first thing you do is you think of one word, and as you're going to sleep, continue to think of that word to keep your consciousness awake. And so that's what I did. This particular YouTuber also said that when you start hearing mundane sounds in in your house or wherever you are at the time, then you know that that is about the time where you can actually come out of the body. Now, what does it mean by having a mundane sound? Well, in my case, I heard these like somebody in my kitchen, like clinking pots and pans. Now, at the time, I lived alone. And so I know nobody should have been in my kitchen. It was a small apartment at the time. And at any other time, if I'd heard something like that, I'd probably freak out. But I realized this was just a part of the process. So I heard the clinking of the pots and pans, and I used that as an opportunity to. I just got up. I just yeah, I got up. Um, Now I did not realize at the time that there was a stark difference between that and my out of body experiences, obviously. But the difference was um, I could see very clearly, of course, but it was this pink hue everywhere. It was like this pinkish hue. And I'm not sure what that was all about. And after thinking about it, it was probably I was in some other dimension of some sort. I got up um, and I projected into my living room and I saw people on my couch. Um, I had no clue who they were. There was a white woman. She was very pretty heavy set, black woman, um, and a man. I can't even remember. Honestly, I can't remember what he looked like, but I know there was a male there too. I looked out of the room and it was almost as if they're in my house, but it's their house, or at least whoever's house it is, that person allowed them to be there. It's kind of that's how it felt. It may not have been their house or their apartment, but it was they were there, they were guests of some sort. And naturally, I at that point very inquisitive. I wanted to kind of figure things out. I didn't talk to anybody, but the one thing that YouTuber said not to do, I did, which was look in the mirror. I wanted to know what the hell I looked like. And so that's what I did. I went to my bathroom. Bathroom had a big mirror that I could see. And in that particular dimension, same thing. There was a big mirror. I look in the mirror and I have all this shaggy hair, like this long hair, maybe shoulder length, and it looked kind of like as it, if I'm telling my age here, but do y'all remember when Fraggle Rock was on TV? The puppets with the shaggy, the feathery looking hair. That looked like Fraggle Rock. My hair did black hair. I looked at my complexion. I was a couple shades darker than I am now, so I'm pretty dark. And I saw my eyes. They were very large eyes, very small mouth, um, small nose, uh, just different, totally different than what I look like right now. And quite honestly, to myself, I wasn't very attractive at all. And so, I mean, was what it was. I got out of the mirror and I was a bit shocked and I went back to my body. Literally, I walked back to my body. Um, and I thought that I had awakened, but I woke up in a lucid dream at that point. And then I woke up. it was so that was a different experience. And it very well may have been me, been an out of body experience too. However, it was so different. And I don't know if that's maybe the difference between experiencing an out of body experience while lucid dreaming, or maybe it was something else, or it was a true out of body experience, or maybe not one at all. But yeah, um, my experiences have been, so far they've been observational. Um, and so I'm just sharing that, guys. If this is, if you'd like to hear my stories and a little bit of a discussion uh, about stuff like this, please, by all means, consider subscribing, press the like button, and of course, share this video. And until next time, um, fear has no place. As you can see, even in the out of body state, fear is a complex that has to be overcome. Otherwise, we're spinning our wheels here. That there's nothing we'll be able to really accomplish in the fear state. Um, we'll talk back another time.